It's definitely not pleasant, but fortunately, I had a cell by myself. The worst thing was that I didn't get to call anybody when I got there the whole first night. I have, a daughter that just turned 17 at home, and if my boyfriend wasn't there to talk to her or anything, I wouldn't have come home and she wouldn't have known where I was.
Dallas salon owner Shelley Luther detailing her time in jail, arrested for reopening early and jailed by a judge for refusing to apologize.
She's now back home with her family, but her story of wanting to feed her kids is one playing out all over the country. Texas Congressman Michael Burgess says it was the right decision to release Luther, and he joins us live. Thank you for being here, sir. We appreciate it.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Of
You're
course.
Right. It was absolutely the right thing to do to get that woman home.
Yeah, tell me what you think overall, how this played out, and then the decision to right this wrong.
Well, the governor had already 2 days before made the statement that this part of the order was going to expire on basically this afternoon. So, and all of this transpired 2 days ago. So it seemed so unnecessary and in some ways so tragic that, look, just because we can, we will. No, that's not a good idea. And this just seems wrong on so many levels. Look, I get it about the needing to keep your business going and need to keep your other employees able to earn their paychecks. It's incredibly important. And hairstylists, probably more so than almost any other group except healthcare professionals, have really suffered during this stay-at-home order.
You know, what's interesting is we look at the statement here from Governor Greg Abbott. Throwing Texans in jail who have had their businesses shut down through no fault of their own is nonsensical, and I will not allow it to happen. But he's the one that shut it down. So I guess my question is, how do you keep people, if your mission is to keep people from going to work and keep people from doing stuff, how do you do that without putting people in jail? It's almost like he's trying to be on both sides of this thing.
Well, it is, as I understand it is a civil violation, and normally you don't go to jail for a civil violation. Right. The jailing occurred because of a contempt of court decision that the judge in the case made, which I think was wrong. I don't think, again, absolutely unnecessary. The risk of her transmitting the virus in her shop is probably infinitesimally low. The chance for her being exposed to the virus in a judge's jail is quite high.
So I think what a lot of people don't necessarily understand about, hairstylists and salons is a lot of the stylists don't make a salary. They rent these chairs from the owners. And this is what Shelley Luther had to say last night on Hannity on her decision to stay open.
We were shut down March 22nd, so it had been several weeks that, the government was kind of telling us the money was coming. And the Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins kept pushing back the date of when we would open weeks out in advance. My stylists are calling me. They're not making their mortgage. I'm 2 months behind on my mortgage. And I just decided I would open to create a safe place for the stylists and to make sure that I wasn't the reason they weren't making money.
And, a lot of people all across the country can understand this. A lot of people have been waiting for loan money to, get into their accounts, and it's just taken a long time, and people have suffered in that process.
Sure enough, there's always a bureaucratic cul-de-sac that you can end up in. And although a lot of the money went out very fast, some people are still waiting, and I understand that. Look, I'd also heard a couple of weeks, it's been for a couple of weeks, not from Ms. Luther, but from other stylists who actually are having to go into people's homes and cut hair on the black market. That doesn't sound safe to me. Far better to have it in the very regulated environment of the cosmetologist's office, and where the standards are met and the standards of cleanliness and sanitation between customers. That seems like the more logical way to approach this.
Understood. Congressman, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.